Commander Rachel Hayes stared at the holographic display, her coffee growing cold beside her keyboard. The energy readings from the edge of the solar system made no sense. She had been watching them for 3 days now, and they kept getting stronger. "Ma'am," called out the young radar technician from his station. "The readings just jumped again. Whatever it is, it's getting closer." Rachel ran her hand through her short blonde hair and pressed the intercom button. "Get me General Thompson. Now." Within 30 minutes, the control room of Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station was packed with military personnel. The strange energy signatures had multiplied. What started as one blip was now hundreds, all moving in perfect formation. "They're slowing down," Rachel reported, pointing to the updated readings. "Whatever these things are, they're about to drop out of faster-than-light travel." The room fell silent. Humanity had never encountered alien life before. They had hoped, theorized, and prepared, but no one really believed it would happen in their lifetime. The main screen lit up with a flash of blue light. A massive ship appeared just beyond Mars, followed by another and another. They kept coming until 50 vessels filled the screen, each one bigger than Earth's largest cities. "My God," someone whispered. A signal came through on all channels, in perfect English. The voice was deep, almost mechanical. "People of Earth, we are the Meridian Alliance. Your species has been observed and found wanting. Submit to our rule, or face eradication. You have 24 hours to respond." The room erupted in chaos. General Thompson grabbed the emergency phone to the president, while others rushed to their stations, sending alerts to military bases worldwide. Lieutenant Tom Foster, a quiet man who usually worked in the background analyzing data, noticed something odd about the alien ships. "Commander Hayes," he called out, "look at their shield patterns. They're cycling energy in a regular pattern." Rachel hurried over to his station. Tom pointed to the energy readings streaming across his screen. "See, every 90 seconds, there's a slight fluctuation, like a heartbeat." Before Rachel could respond, the president's face appeared on the main screen. Behind him sat the United Defense Council, their faces grim. "We're sending out a response," the president announced. "We're requesting peaceful dialogue." The next 23 hours were the longest of Rachel's life. Earth's military forces mobilized quietly, but everyone knew it wouldn't be enough. The alien ships were too big, too advanced. The Meridian Alliance's response came with shocking violence. A beam of energy shot from the lead ship, vaporizing Earth's largest communication satellite. The message was clear: there would be no negotiations. The first battle happened near Mars. Earth sent its best ships, the pride of the space fleet. The aliens swatted them aside like flies. Only one ship made it back, its hull scared and burning. But Lieutenant Foster hadn't wasted those hours. He kept studying the shield patterns, running simulation after simulation. As the defeated ship limped back to Earth, he grabbed Rachel's arm. "Commander, look at this." His hands flew over the keyboard. "They're shields. They're not just cycling. They're resonating at a specific frequency. If we could match it, maybe disrupt it." Rachel's eyes widened as she looked at his calculations. "This could work," she said quietly. "This could actually work." She rushed to General Thompson, explaining Foster's discovery. For the first time since the aliens appeared, a small glimmer of hope emerged. "Get Dr. Wright from Weapons Development," the general ordered. "If there's a way to exploit this weakness, she'll find it." As Rachel watched Earth's remaining ships regroup around the moon, she felt a strange calm settle over her. Yes, the enemy was powerful. Yes, they had better technology and bigger ships. But they had made a crucial mistake. They had threatened humanity with extinction. And if there's one thing humans do well, it's survive. "Send word to all commands," she ordered, her voice steady. "We're not done yet. Not by a long shot." The first round had gone to the Meridian Alliance, but Lieutenant Foster's discovery meant the next round would be different. Humanity had its back against the wall, but that's when humans fight the hardest. The real war was about to begin. The sky burned red over New York. Captain David Russell watched from the bridge of his ship as another alien beam cut through Earth's defenses. 3 weeks had passed since first contact, and humanity was losing badly. "Sir, Chicago is gone," his radio operator said, voice shaking. "London and Paris too. The bunker networks are active, but we're losing people faster than we can evacuate them." David gripped the rail of his command station. His ship, one of Earth's last working carriers, hid behind the moon with other surviving vessels. They could only watch as the Meridian Alliance methodically destroyed city after city. In an underground lab beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Emily Wright hadn't slept in days. Coffee cups and energy drink cans littered her workspace. Lieutenant Foster's shield frequency data filled her screens. "Run it again," she told her team, rubbing her tired eyes. They had captured a piece of alien technology during a brief skirmish. It wasn't much, just a damaged shield generator, but it was their best hope. The lab shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. "They're getting closer," one of her assistants said. "Then we work faster," Emily replied, not looking up from her calculations. Above ground, the situation grew worse by the hour. The Meridian ships had formed a grid pattern around Earth, taking turns destroying major population centers. Their method was cold, efficient, and unstoppable. General Thompson coordinated the evacuation from a mobile command center deep underground. "Status report," he barked into his radio. 40% of surface infrastructure destroyed," came the reply. "But bunker network is holding. Underground farms are operational. We can keep several million people alive down here for years if we have to." The general nodded grimly. This wasn't how anyone had planned to use the bunkers, but humanity had been preparing for disaster for decades. Nuclear shelters, pandemic facilities, and climate havens, now they all served one purpose: keeping the human race alive. Back on his ship, Captain Russell received an encrypted message from Dr. Wright's lab. His eyes widened as he read it. "Get me Commander Hayes," he ordered. Rachel Hayes' face appeared on his screen minutes later. She looked exhausted but determined. "Did you see this?" David asked. "Yes," Rachel replied. "The alien shield generator." Dr. Wright found something. The frequency pattern Lieutenant Foster discovered. It's not just a weakness. It's a complete blind spot in their defense system. "Can we use it?" "Not yet, but Dr. Wright says." The transmission cut off as another blast rocked the surface. David's ship sensors showed a new attack starting on the west coast. From his hidden position, he could only watch. In her lab, Emily Wright had her first breakthrough. The alien shield generator sparked to life under her modified power source. Its energy pattern matched Foster's calculations perfectly. "Look," she shouted, pointing to the readings. "The frequency, it's not just regular. It's like a code. Their whole shield system runs on a mathematical pattern. If we can disrupt it." The lab shook again, harder this time. Warning lights flashed. "They're directly overhead," her assistant reported. "We need to move deeper." Emily quickly downloaded her findings to a secure drive. As her team rushed to pack up their equipment, she sent one last message to the resistance network. "We found their weakness. Need more time. Don't give up." Above ground, the Meridian Alliance continued their systematic destruction. But they had made a serious error in their calculations. They thought destroying Earth's cities would break humanity's spirit. Instead, it had only made survivors more determined. In bunkers across the world, people organized. Engineers kept working. Soldiers trained. Farmers grew food in underground hydroponic gardens. Children attended schools in reinforced classrooms deep below the surface. Captain Russell gathered his remaining fleet behind the moon. Commander Hayes coordinated with resistance cells worldwide. And in her new lab, even deeper underground, Dr. Wright worked on turning their discovery into a weapon. The aliens controlled the surface, but they didn't understand human nature. They didn't know that humans fight hardest when cornered. They had no idea that their systematic destruction of Earth's cities had only lit a fire in the hearts of survivors. Humanity had lost the surface, but the war was far from over. Deep underground, the real fight was just beginning. Colonel Jack Barnes walked through the crowded underground tunnel, nodding at people as he passed. 3 months had passed since humanity went underground, and they had been busy. The wide tunnel, once just a mining shaft, now looked like a small city. "Colonel," Dr. Emily Wright's voice echoed from a side passage. "We did it." Jack followed her into what used to be a storage room. Now it was a high-tech lab, filled with a mix of human and stolen alien technology. In the center sat a device that glowed with a soft blue light. "Watch this," Emily said, her eyes bright with excitement. She pressed a button on her control panel. The device hummed to life, creating a shield much like the aliens used. Then she pressed another button. The shield shattered like glass. "It works?" Jack asked, trying to stay calm. "Every time," Emily smiled. "We can break their shields. Now we just need to make enough shield breakers for everyone." Down another tunnel, Lieutenant Amy Peterson prepared her team for another raid. They had gotten good at hitting alien ground patrols, stealing their technology, and disappearing back underground. "Remember," she told her soldiers, quick and quiet. "We hit them fast, grab what we can, and get out. The aliens still don't know about all our tunnel networks. Let's keep it that way." Her team nodded. They wore simple black armor and carried a mix of human and modified alien weapons. They looked nothing like regular soldiers anymore, but they were more effective than ever. In the main command center, Commander Hayes spoke with resistance leaders worldwide through secure channels. Underground factories were running day and night, building new weapons based on Dr. Wright's designs. "London bunker reports ready," one voice said. "Beijing standing by," said another. "Denver complex at full production," a third added. Rachel smiled. Operation Prometheus was almost ready. The aliens thought they had won when they drove humanity underground. They didn't realize they had given Earth's people time to prepare, to adapt, and to get angry. Back in the lab, Emily worked with Major Robert Turner, showing him how to mass-produce the shield breakers. "The aliens made one big mistake," Emily explained. "They used the same shield frequency on everything. Ships, weapons, armor. Break one, you can break them all." "How long to make enough for a full attack?" Robert asked, studying the blueprints. 2 weeks, Emily replied. "Maybe less if we use all our underground factories." In another part of the complex, Lieutenant Amy Peterson's team returned from their raid. They carried alien equipment, and more importantly, data crystals from an enemy patrol leader. "Look at this," Amy said, handing the crystals to Jack. "They're getting sloppy. They think we're beaten, so they're not being careful anymore." Jack took the crystals to Rachel, who quickly reviewed their contents with her team. "This is perfect," Rachel said. "They're pulling ships away from Earth. They think they've won, so they're sending forces to other worlds." In the weeks that followed, the underground resistance grew stronger. Every bunker complex became a factory. Every tunnel became a training ground. Dr. Wright's shield breakers were tested and improved. Lieutenant Peterson's raiders gathered more intelligence and equipment. Colonel Barnes coordinated it all, making sure every resistance cell worldwide was ready. They had one chance to surprise the aliens. They couldn't waste it. Finally, after months of preparation, Rachel called all resistance leaders together. "Operation Prometheus is ready," she announced. "Tomorrow, we show the Meridian Alliance that humanity isn't defeated. We're just getting started." In tunnels and bunkers around the world, soldiers checked their weapons. Engineers prepared their new shield-breaking devices. Raiders like Amy's team got ready for their biggest mission yet. The aliens had driven humanity underground, but they had no idea what was coming back up. In forcing humans to hide, they had given them exactly what they needed: time to prepare, space to plan, and a reason to fight harder than ever before. As Jack walked through the tunnels one last time before the operation, he saw determination on every face. These weren't broken refugees anymore. These were warriors, ready to take back their world. Tomorrow, the real war would begin. And this time, humanity had more than just courage on their side. They had Emily's technology, Amy's tactics, and most importantly, the element of surprise. The Meridian Alliance was about to learn a hard lesson. Never corner a species that refuses to give up. The attack began at dawn. In Denver, alien patrols never saw the first strike coming. Lieutenant Amy Peterson's team rose from hidden tunnel exits, carrying Dr. Wright's shield breakers. The alien shields flickered and died. Within minutes, the entire patrol was gone. Denver secure, Amy reported through her radio. Moving to Phase 2. Similar reports came in from around the world. London, Tokyo, Moscow. Everywhere, human forces struck from underground, using their new weapons to devastating effect. The aliens finally realized something was wrong when they lost contact with their ground forces. They sent ships to investigate, exactly as Rachel Hayes had predicted. Now, Captain Russell, she ordered through the secure channel. David Russell's fleet, hidden for months, emerged from behind the moon. Each ship carried dozens of shield breakers, now modified to work at long range. The alien ships, caught by surprise, found their shields useless for the first time. "Look at that," David said, watching an alien capital ship's shields collapse. "Not so tough without their defenses, are they?" The space battle was fierce but quick. The aliens had never fought without their shields before. They didn't know how. 3 of their largest ships fell in the first hour. On the ground, Colonel Jack Barnes led the assault on the alien command center near the old city of Seattle. The massive structure had once been their headquarters for controlling Earth. Now it was their trap. Team 1, breach the east entrance, Jack ordered. Team 2 with me. Remember, they can't use their energy weapons without shields. They're as vulnerable as we are now. Inside the command center, the alien leaders faced something they'd never expected. Humans with better tactical position and working weapons. Their own weapons, designed to work with shields, were nearly useless without them. Dr. Emily Wright watched the battle from the underground command center, monitoring the shield breakers' performance. "They're working perfectly," she told Rachel. "The aliens can't adapt fast enough." Rachel nodded, studying the global battle map. "Send word to all commands. Push them hard. Don't give them time to regroup." Around the world, humanity's forces emerged from their underground bases. Regular people fought alongside soldiers. Everyone who could hold a weapon joined the fight. The aliens, who thought they had crushed human resistance months ago, found themselves fighting an enemy that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Lieutenant Tom Foster, who had first discovered the shield weakness, led a team into an alien communications center. "Download everything," he ordered. "We need to know their next move." The aliens tried to call for help from their fleet, but Captain Russell's ships now controlled Earth's orbit, using their new weapons to keep enemy reinforcements away. For the first time, the Meridian Alliance faced total defeat on a world they thought they had conquered. By sunset, the battle reached its peak. The alien command center fell to Jack's forces. Amy's team secured alien weapon stockpiles across 3 continents, and in space, David's fleet destroyed or captured 5 more capital ships. "They're running," David reported, watching the remaining alien ships flee toward the outer solar system. "Should we pursue?" "Negative," Rachel replied. "Secure Earth first. We'll deal with them later." In the captured command center, Jack found something interesting. The aliens' battle logs. They had never lost a war before. They had never even lost a major battle. Their shields had always protected them, made them invincible, until they met humans. "Check this out," he radioed to Rachel. "They'd got records of hundreds of worlds they've conquered, but they've never faced anyone who fought back like we did. Never had to deal with an enemy that adapted so quickly. Rachel smiled. Send that data to Dr. Wright. She'll want to see what other weaknesses we can find in their technology. As night fell, the scale of humanity's victory became clear. They had not just driven the aliens away. They had captured their weapons, their ships, and their data. Earth's first major victory wasn't just a lucky break. It was the beginning of something bigger. What now? Amy asked during the victory briefing. Rachel's answer was simple. Now we take the fight to them. They wanted to see humanity's response when cornered. Well, they've got their answer. And this is just the beginning. The counter-strike had worked better than anyone hoped. But more importantly, it had proven something vital. Humanity wasn't just fighting for survival anymore. They were fighting to win. The moon base stood silent and empty when Captain David Russell's ships arrived. The aliens had abandoned it during their retreat, leaving behind a fully equipped manufacturing facility. They left in a hurry, David said, walking through the vast factory halls with Dr. Emily Wright. They didn't even try to destroy anything. Emily touched one of the alien machines with wonder. This is perfect. With these facilities, we can build our own ships using their technology. Major Robert Turner joined them, already studying the alien computer systems. It's all here, he said excitedly. Ship designs, weapon specs, everything. We hit them so hard they forgot to wipe their databases. Back on Earth, Commander Rachel Hayes met with the newly reformed Earth Defense Council. The room wasn't fancy, just a converted bunker chamber, but the mood was hopeful for the first time in months. We've confirmed reports from our scout ships, Rachel reported. The Meridian Alliance is in chaos. 3 of their member species are questioning their leadership. They've never failed to conquer a world before. Lieutenant Tom Foster added his own findings. Their communication network has a major flaw. They rely too heavily on their main relay stations. If we can hit those, they won't be able to coordinate their forces, Rachel finished. Good work, Tom. Keep digging through their data. In orbit, Earth's captured alien ships were being modified under David's supervision. Emily's team had learned how to combine human and alien technology in new ways the Meridians had never considered. Humans are good at this, Emily told David as they watched workers install new weapons on a captured ship. We take things apart, figure out how they work, and make them better. The aliens just used the same designs for centuries. On the surface, cities were slowly coming back to life. Colonel Jack Barnes led teams that cleared rubble and rebuilt. People emerged from the bunkers, ready to rebuild their world. But the biggest surprise came from Lieutenant Amy Peterson's raids on remaining alien outposts. In one base, they found something unexpected. Messages from other conquered worlds. Look at this, Amy said, showing the data to Rachel. We're not the only ones who fought back. Other worlds tried too. They just didn't have our advantages. No underground bunkers, no unified resistance, no Dr. Wright to figure out their shield weakness. Rachel studied the messages carefully. Send copies to all our allies. Every species that wants to break free from the Meridian Alliance needs to know that resistance is possible. The mood on Earth changed as news spread. Humanity wasn't just defending itself anymore. They were becoming a symbol of hope for other enslaved worlds. In the Moon Factory, Emily made another breakthrough. We can improve their faster-than-light drive design, she told Major Turner. Make it more efficient, faster. The aliens never tried because their old design worked well enough. How long to build our first ship? Robert asked. 2 weeks for the prototype, Emily replied. Once we're sure it works, we can use these facilities to build a whole fleet. The alien database proved to be a treasure trove of information. Tom discovered star maps, colony locations, and patrol routes. Every day, he found new weaknesses in the Meridian Alliance's supposedly perfect system. They got lazy, he explained to Rachel. They'd been the strongest for so long, they stopped looking for better ways to do things. That's why they can't handle us. We never stop improving. Jack's ground forces found more abandoned alien bases. Each one contained valuable technology and data. The aliens had left in such a panic, they hadn't properly cleaned up after themselves. At this rate, Jack told Rachel, we'll have better alien tech than the aliens. Rachel smiled. That's exactly what we want. Keep pushing. Keep learning. Keep improving. A month after taking the moon base, Earth launched its first new ship. It was a hybrid, part human ingenuity, part alien technology, and better than anything the Meridian Alliance had. This is just the beginning, Rachel told the Earth Defense Council. We've proven that humanity can't be conquered. Now we're going to prove something else, that we can help others break free too. The Meridian Alliance had made a fatal mistake. They thought driving humanity underground would break their spirit. Instead, it had forced humans to become stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever. Now, with their new ships, captured technology, and growing alliance of rebellious species, humanity was ready to take the next step. The hunted were about to become the hunters. Earth's first attack fleet jumped into faster-than-light speed, leaving the solar system for the first time. On the bridge of the lead ship, Commander Rachel Hayes watched the stars blur past. "This feels different," she said to Captain David Russell, who stood beside her. Now we're the ones hunting them. Their target was the Meridian Alliance's forward base, a massive space station where the aliens had planned their attack on Earth. Intelligence from Lieutenant Tom Foster showed it was now weakly defended. The fleet of 20 ships represented humanity's best work. Each vessel combined Earth's military skill with alien technology, improved by Dr. Emily Wright's team. They were faster and more powerful than anything the Meridians had. 5 minutes to target, the navigator announced. Rachel touched the command screen, checking the battle plan one last time. All ships, prepare for combat. Remember your training. We're not just fighting for Earth anymore. The fleet dropped out of light speed right on top of the alien station. The Meridian ships on guard duty didn't even have time to raise their shields before the humans' improved weapons tore through them. Their reinforcements will be here soon, David warned, watching his tactical display. Rachel nodded. Good. Let them come. When the alien reinforcements arrived, they found something they'd never seen before. Humans fighting in space with better versions of their own technology. Earth's ships moved faster, hit harder, and used tactics the Meridians had never considered. Look at this, Lieutenant Foster radioed from his ship. They're still using their old battle formations. They don't know how to adapt. The space around the forward base turned into a graveyard of alien ships. Earth's fleet used what Colonel Jack Barnes called scorched space tactics, hitting hard from multiple directions, never staying still, using improved weapons to destroy enemy ships before they could respond. On one of the alien command channels, they intercepted interesting messages. Some Meridian ships were refusing to fight. "This is the Carax battle group," one alien captain broadcast. "We will not attack. The humans have proven themselves. The High Command was wrong about them." More alien ships followed their lead. The Carax weren't alone. Another species called the Ven also stood down, their crews tired of fighting for the Meridian Alliance's lost cause. Rachel opened a channel to the rebel aliens. "This is Commander Hayes of Earth. We accept your surrender. More than that, we offer alliance. Help us free other worlds from Meridian control." The response was immediate. The Carax and Ven ships moved to join Earth's fleet. Their captains shared valuable intelligence about other worlds ready to rebel. Back on the captured forward base, Dr. Wright found something important in the main computer. "The Meridian Alliance isn't as united as they pretended," she told Rachel over the comm. "At least 6 other species are looking for a way out. They just needed someone to prove it was possible." The battle had another unexpected effect. Other alien races watching from a distance saw humans not just fighting well, but showing mercy to those who surrendered. It was a new concept for many of them. "The Meridians rule through fear," a Carax captain explained to David. "You humans, you offer something better. A chance to be free, to be allies instead of slaves. Rachel used the captured base to broadcast a message to all nearby systems, to all worlds under Meridian control. Earth stands ready to help. We've proven they can be beaten. Together, we can end their empire. The response was overwhelming. Requests for help came from dozens of worlds. The Meridian Alliance's perfect image was cracking, and through those cracks, hope was spreading. "We'll need a bigger fleet," David said, looking at all the requests. Rachel smiled. "Already planned for that. Dr. Wright and Major Turner have the moon factory working at full speed. We'll have 50 more ships ready within a month." The captured forward base became humanity's first outpost in deep space. From here, they could reach any world that needed help. More importantly, they could strike directly at the heart of the Meridian Alliance. "They thought they could break us," Rachel told her fleet crews. "Instead, we've shown the galaxy a new way. The Meridians fought to conquer. We fight to free." As more alien ships joined their cause, the humans shared their improved technology and tactical knowledge. This wasn't just a revenge mission anymore. It had become something bigger, a revolution that would change the galaxy forever. The final battle was coming. But now, humanity wouldn't fight alone. The final battle began in Earth's orbit. The Meridian Alliance, desperate and angry, had gathered their remaining forces for one last attack. Their plan was simple. If they couldn't rule Earth, they would destroy it. 300 enemy ships incoming, Lieutenant Tom Foster reported from his sensor station. "They're throwing everything they have at us." Commander Rachel Hayes stood on her flagship's bridge, now joined by Carax and Ven allies. Earth's space defense network, built using Dr. Emily Wright's improved alien technology, hummed to life. "All ships, battle positions," Rachel ordered. "Remember, we're not just defending Earth. We're ending this today." The Meridian fleet emerged from light speed, weapons firing. But Earth was ready. The planetary shield system, another of Emily's improvements, absorbed the first attack easily. Captain David Russell led the counterattack. His ships, along with their alien allies, struck from multiple directions. The new hybrid weapons, combining human and alien technology, tore through enemy defenses. "They're splitting up," David reported, "trying to find weak spots in our defense." Rachel nodded. "Just like we expected. Colonel Barnes, you're up." Jack Barnes commanded Earth's surprise weapon, a fleet of smaller, faster ships hidden behind the moon. As the Meridian forces spread out, his ships struck their exposed flanks. "Look at that," Jack said with satisfaction. "They still haven't learned. Still using the same old tactics." The space battle was fierce but different from any before. Human ships moved unpredictably, using strategies the Meridians had never seen. Their alien allies, freed from rigid Meridian doctrine, fought with new confidence. In her command center on Earth, Dr. Wright monitored the battle. "Their ships are running hot," she reported. "They're pushing their systems too hard. They're getting desperate." She was right. The Meridian commander, facing defeat, ordered his remaining ships to make a suicide run at Earth. They planned to overwhelm the planetary shields through sheer numbers. "Not happening," Rachel said firmly. "Dr. Wright, activate the pulse." Emily pressed a series of commands. The planetary defense system, secretly modified over months, released a massive energy wave. It was her greatest creation, a system that could disable any ship using Meridian technology. The effect was immediate. The enemy fleet went dark, their ships drifting helplessly in space. The suicide run had failed before it began. "All ships, move in," Rachel ordered. "Rescue crews ready. Let's show them how humans treat defeated enemies." As Earth's forces secured the disabled Meridian ships, messages poured in from across the galaxy. Other worlds, watching the battle through space communications, had seen humanity not only defeat the unbeatable Meridian Alliance, but also show mercy to their enemies. "The Meridian High Command has surrendered," Tom reported, reading the incoming signals. "Not just here, everywhere. Their whole empire is collapsing. In the days that followed, Earth became the center of a new galactic alliance. Representatives from dozens of species arrived, eager to learn from the humans who had done the impossible. Rachel met with the Earth Defense Council to establish the Never Again doctrine. "We build our strength not to conquer," she told them, "but to make sure no one can ever threaten Earth or our allies again." Dr. Wright and Major Turner worked with scientists from other worlds, sharing improved technology and learning new things in return. The Moon Factory became a symbol of cooperation, producing ships that combined the best ideas from many species. Lieutenant Amy Peterson led teams teaching Earth's guerrilla tactics to other races, while Colonel Barnes helped worlds set up their own defense systems. Captain Russell trained mixed-species crews, creating a new kind of space fleet. 1 month after the final battle, Commander Hayes stood before the first meeting of the new Galactic Council. Representatives from 50 species, including reformed Meridian worlds, listened as she spoke. "We humans learned something important when we were driven underground," she said. "Real strength isn't about having the biggest ships or the strongest weapons. It's about never giving up, about working together, and about fighting for something bigger than ourselves." She looked at the gathered aliens, former enemies now allies, and smiled. "The Meridians taught the galaxy that strength comes from conquest. We're going to teach a different lesson. That true power comes from unity, innovation, and hope." As Rachel prepared to lead the first exploration fleet into unknown space, she thought about how far they'd come. The aliens had tried to destroy humanity, but instead had forced them to become stronger than anyone thought possible. Earth wasn't just safe now. It was a beacon of hope for the entire galaxy. And this was just the beginning.